gun control measures. So, these kids live in a very different world than we did. They communicate differently because of technology. They interact differently than we did, but they also deal with things that we didn't have to. Never, not until Columbine did we have to really start talking about school shootings and how that relates to politics and what are our youth going to do and what is their role in their future.
So, Andrea, as you're hearing some of this conversation, what are some of the things that you try to engage your kids in as you're trying to, as they are they adults now, or are they still a childhood of young age, or just as you're having conversations with them, how do you engage your kids in the conversation about what's going on in relationship to what's happening in the world and in relationship to your art?
Well, I have an adult daughter who's 24, and then I have a 17-year-old daughter who is a senior in high school. And, it's kind of funny that, with everything that has happened with all of the school shootings, that they have grown up in a rural area. And in this area, we haven't had a lot of crime. The school that she attends has just now started locking their front doors, just now. And so I've always instilled in them to make sure that they are aware of what's going on around them and to be knowledgeable about what's in the news, but to not let that promote a fear base for them either. To know that there are good people out there, and that not everyone is bad, or not everyone is going to be have some sort of bad ulterior motive to do something as terrible as like Columbine, because a lot of people can become stricken with fear and become locked down.
Yeah, that's very true, and I have seen that happen in society sometimes, where people just get that fear and just don't want to even step out into society, and that can be a fear of the crimes that are going on, or even fears of different things that are happening on health issues and things of that nature. So sometimes we do get into that mode of just being, as you called it, locked down and things of that nature. Now, Dave, you're in the middle of a campaign. Is this your first campaign? And if so, what are some of the things that you have learned about campaigning that have shocked you?
I think, yes, this is my first campaign. It's somebody told me to do the overwhelming. So I have jumped in out of a call from the areas and the organizations and the people that I'm around. I think what everybody says politics is dirty. It hasn't been too bad. I think what has shocked me is that you are put under a microscope. What I don't like is that politics starts to affect the people around me, and that you start to see kind of what people are capable of, both good and bad. So it's been an eye-opening experience. Overall, it's been super positive. I have met a whole lot of nice people, and that doesn't shock me, but it is eye-opening, and again, it's lifelong learning, trying to step out into an area that you have is traditionally uncomfortable, out of your comfort zone. It's something you haven't done before.
Well, I see we've got about 10 minutes to go, so I just want to kind of have a round table around. So right now I'm going to have everybody kind of go around. And I think I'll start off, being the gentleman that I am, with the two ladies. So if we could have the ladies give us like some philosophy or life thoughts, and also how folks can reach them if they're interested, in the case of Kandis and Andrea, in hearing more about their music. So we'll start off, I guess we'll go alphabetical. So Andrea, if you'll go first and tell folks how they can reach you and how they can hear your music and learn more about the music, and if they want to order it, where they can order it from.
Well, again, the name of the CD is Dragonflies on Wings, and I do have a website. It is www.andrea-templon, and that's TEMPLON.com. And you can find the music just about anywhere you buy music, Apple Music, Amazon, CD Baby, Pandora, again, just about anywhere that you get music, you'll be able to find the CD, Dragonflies on Wings. And as far as life philosophy, again, don't necessarily look at life as a curveball, but take the curveballs as they come and roll with them.
Great philosophy for sure. Kandis, it's on you now. If you want to tell folks how they can how they can come to the church if they want to come to the church and don't live as far away as Dee does, all the way in Jersey, or Todd lives, because he's not exactly in Durham either. But if they want to come to the church, what the days of the church service are, and also where they can find the CD.
Sure. Our church is called Christ Central Church, and we do meet at the Hayti Heritage Center in Durham, North Carolina. And we meet on Sundays starting at 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, let me say that again. We meet at 9 o'clock and then at 10:45. We have two services. We've just recently moved to two services. So 9 o'clock and 10:45. And both of the services are exactly the same. So we don't divide it into contemporary and traditional. It's exactly the same service. You get the same thing, whichever one you come to. Both a great time. And the name of our band is Saints of Sparrow, and you can find us also on iTunes as well. We actually, as the Christmas season is approaching, we put out an Advent EP last year, and it's on iTunes and Amazon. It's called Hymns of Advent, and it's by Saints of Sparrow. So we'd love for you to check it out, as well as our single. It was actually how we got our name. It was our very first arrangement that we made together, His Eye is on the Sparrow, and that features Marvin Thorne on vocals with the rest of the band, and it's really an amazing arrangement. I'm really proud of that one. So my life philosophy, I'll have to say I am not a finished work, and neither are you. And there's always room for grace, and there's always room to grow.
Definitely great philosophy. Before I get to Todd and Dave, just really quickly, for both Andrea and Kandis, do you have any favorite hymn that is like your absolute favorite hymn for either one of you that you might really enjoy? We'll start with Kandis.
Yeah, sure. Rock of Ages is one of my very favorite ones.
Cool. And what about you, Andrea?
Amazing Grace. That is my favorite one.
Definitely cannot go wrong with Amazing Grace, that is for sure. Dave, it's all you now. So, Dave, what if you tell people how they can reach you on the campaign trail, as I believe early voting starts on day after tomorrow, on Wednesday. So if you tell folks how they can reach you on the campaign trail, and just in general how they can reach you, and who knows, maybe Todd Weaver wants to show you some support since he likes some of your philosophy, so how can he do that as well?
Okay, my name is Dave Hall. I am running for Durham District Court Judge, seat number 1. It is a county-wide seat, so everybody across the county is eligible to vote for me. Again, like you said, early voting starts on Wednesday and goes through to Election Day. They think they stop the Saturday before the Election Day Tuesday, and then resume on Election Day. My website is www.davehall4judge.com, and you can also find us on Facebook. So please reach out if you have any questions or concerns. And I will probably be starting Wednesday outside of the Board of Elections most of the day. At least during the morning, lunch, and evening high voting time. So please come on out and say hello.
Definitely sounds like a great way to folks can see you. Do you have a life philosophy of your own, Dave, as we're going through kind of that life philosophy that you might want to share as well?
I don't think I have a regular philosophy. I think do the overwhelming and engage in lifelong learning, and keep it going.
Definitely, I believe in that as well. Todd, it's on you now. So, Todd, if you want to tell a little bit of the people about Build 1X as well as how they can reach you. I know that you're definitely on social media, but if you want to tell folks how they can reach you and a little bit about what you consider your life philosophy.
Yeah, first, just thanks for having me, and thanks to all the guests. I learned a lot about what you guys do. It's fantastic. So I really appreciate the opportunity. So Build 1X, we're in the construction space. We're a technology helping people connect, share, and pay through the system. You can find us at build1x.io. It's build, the number one, X at .io. And my name's Todd Mitchum, Mitchem. You can find me on Twitter at Todd Mitchum, and feel free to reach out and say hello.
Definitely
and my
sounds
philosophy,
great.
I think, I live by something that I think we should all remember, which is the only person you can control in this life is yourself. And because nobody gets out alive on this earth, we might as well start to get control of ourselves and do better in the world. So that's my philosophy.
Definitely a great philosophy, and I can definitely agree with that for sure. And I'm going to bring it on. Well, I'll let Dean wrap it up in terms of everything, but as far as I'm concerned, we definitely must address the kind of injustices we have in society. We have way too many injustices, so we must find a way to constantly battle those. And among those injustices is the fact that we do not treat our working class with the kind of dignity and respect that they deserve. I actually have an uncle whose mother and I believe his father as well were involved in the plumbing industry. They had their own plumbing company. I've had other family members that have been involved in the what people would consider blue-collar or working-class kinds of fields. So I do know the importance of these industries to our society, and we definitely need to give them the respect that they deserve because, as you said earlier, with most of us cannot handle the simple building, much less trying to fix an oven, a bath tub, or any of the other things that go wrong in our houses, or even if those that drive on their cars and things of that nature. So we need these people. We need these people on a regular basis, and we definitely must give them the respect that they deserve. And we definitely need, as Todd said, to figure out ways to address the issues that are going on and find solutions. Dean, it's on you.
You know what? I thank you, Kandis. I thank you, Todd. I thank you, Dave. I thank you, Andrea. Mark and I thank all of you for being with us tonight. We thank you. We appreciate all of our listeners worldwide and here in these United States. Catch us next week. We're going to have another good time, another great conversation. But remember, when you walk outside your front door, it's showtime, and the world is your stage. Just make sure that people are not watching the rehearsal. So for that, it's the six-man Dean Geronimo. Mark Lee and I will see y'all next week.
Thank you for listening to Straight Talk with Dean and Mark. We're on every Monday night at 7 p.m. except holidays, where you can catch replays of past shows. Show replays on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, and of course, Blog Talk Radio. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Squared807. We appreciate you and we'll see you next week.